Donna M. I am the author of the Honesty series. Thank you so much for listening to part one, and I thank you so much for joining me for part two. I promise y'all are in for a treat. If y'all can, please go and follow me on Instagram at Most Cute One so that y'all will be the first to know when part three is out. Also, part one and two is available on Amazon, and I will have a link below. Before we get started, I have one favor. Can y'all please share this? Share part one, share part two. I'm trying to get the word out about honesty. I think this gonna blow up to the next level, and I need y'all help. Let's get started. Sprout, chapter one. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I can't believe I just shot this dude. Fuck. Mr. E was good to me. I didn't mean to hurt him. I just wanted the drugs. Why the fuck he ain't give it up? He always want to fucking talk. I told him I couldn't be fixed. I'm me. Open up, this me. Who is me? Auntie, this me, Damien. Boy, where have you been? I've been worried about you. Damien, I need you to be around more. I'm scared for you. Do you see all these people getting killed out here? Auntie, I'm safe. You don't have to worry about me. Do you still wear your rosary? Yes, ma'am. I wear it every day. Where's my mom? She should be up. She's in the back. But she mad at you. For what? She wanted you to come to church with her last week. Damn, I miss Family and Friends Day. Yep. Shit. I hate making my grandma mad. She gets in her feelings about us missing church. Life is stressing me out, I swear. I think I just killed someone that was like a father to me. But yet, I'm more worried about making it up to my grandma for missing church. This shit is crazy, I swear. Hey, Mama, give me a kiss. Move, boy. Come on, Mama, why you hitting me? Pastor's been looking for you, Damien. We had shirts this year. You promised me you were coming. I wanted to, Mama, I did. But I was scared to come with all that COVID stuff. I didn't want to get sick. We do safety procedures at church, Damien. You still should have come. The whole Brow family was there. Our church was the best ones there. I already know y'all was representing, but I'm sorry, Mama. You forgive me? I brought you something. What did you get for me? I stopped and got you a sweet potato pie. Oh, from that place I like? Yep, you know it. You know I'm gonna take care of you, girl. Stop playing with me, boy. What I told you about calling me a girl? I ain't no girl. I'm sorry, but Mama, I'm about to go out of town for work for a few weeks, okay? Damien, I don't like you on them boats. Is Buster still working with you? I know, Mama, but I gotta pay these bills, and yeah, he still work with me. Okay, Damien, I love you. I love you more. Auntie, I'm about to go, okay? I love you. Love you too, baby. Rob was looking for you. Oh, where is he? He's outside working on that car. Black Rob, what's up? Hey, cousin, what's good with you? Ain't shit, just living. Just living? I heard you been cutting the fuck up. Man, shit hard out there, big cuz. What's this I hear about you out there living bad? Man, you know that's a lie, cuz. That red shit ain't in me. Well, why I'm here and they trying to kill you? Man, they think I set them up for Leak to get killed. But that wasn't me. That was Diddy and them. Are you still beefing with Diddy? Because I can't lie. Everybody want my head. They all want me dead. And now I done fucked up. What did you do? I think I killed Big E. Man, I know you lying. E feed everybody. I know, man. I was tripping. They know it was you? Probably not. But you know he got cameras, so they gonna figure it out it's me eventually. I need you, cuz. I ain't want to do that at all. I wanted to talk to him about what happened when I got arrested and try to squash the beef with busting them. But he always want to change me. I owe him everything because he did so much for me. He gave me a chance. He was a daddy that I didn't have. Fuck. Can't believe this shit. It was a mistake. The gun just went off. Man, are you crying? You gotta take your lick at this point, cousin. But I will be here with you for whatever. What you want to do? I don't know. I think I gotta leave for a minute. Where you going? I don't know yet, but I'm probably gonna be leaving soon. I might go chill by my little friend for a few days, and then we may bounce. I'm gonna keep up with you. I may need you to pay the bills in the next few months if I'm not back. I'll cash app you the money. Also, I'm gonna leave my car with you because my mom got an appointment coming up. Sometimes the van doesn't come to pick her up, and I can't depend on your regular ass truck. I bet. You funny, D. Appreciate that, homie. Love you. Alright. Say it back, boy. You crazy, dude. I love you. It's so funny. To the streets, I'm Sprout, the bad guy. But to my family, I'm just Damien. Everything I do is for my family. My grandma and my auntie are my worlds. They're all I have. My mom and dad were killed when I was a little boy. It was a murder that took the city by surprise. My mom and dad were shot execution style. Their bodies were found hog-tied, shot, and beaten in a warehouse uptown. I was discovered a few hours later in the closet of our bloodied apartment. My older sister was killed, beaten to death by the people that killed my parents. My auntie told me that my dad agreed to testify in this big-time murder case about a drug dealer. They decided to make an example of him. I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure my parents were tortured right in front of me. I lay covered up right next to my dead sister for hours until we were found. My grandma was so protective of me because she wasn't sure how I would turn out. I have never been to counseling a day in my life, so I never got to talk to anyone about how things affect me. People see me as this evil person, but they don't know why I'm like this. I don't want to be like this, but what other options do I have? I'm not smart. I have a learning disability, so I couldn't keep up in school. I don't have any skills, so I can't be a working man. Mr. E was our landlord and tried to take me under his wing. He knew I didn't have anyone but my grandmother, so he tried to step in for me. At first, I started as his little helper around the clinic, and then I somehow started stealing from cars. I didn't even know when it first started. Mr. E didn't like that I was doing it, but he didn't stop me either. He just asked that I didn't do it on his property. He knew I needed money, and he knew my grandmother didn't have much of it. As I got older, I hooked up with Buster because he was doing the same things. Buster understood me, and our friendship worked like that. I couldn't stand his bitch-ass cousin Keem. Keem wasn't like us. We all lived in the same hood, so we all ran together. Sometimes I do things I don't understand. This one will haunt me forever. I have to get away. I have to leave today. Man, fuck! Buster, Chapter 2. Welcome to the BOP Pollock Federal Penitentiary. Is this your first time here? Yes, ma'am. What is your name? Hassan Moore Jr., and I'm here to see my father, Hassan Moore Sr. I think I got my VOs a few days ago. Can I see your government-issued ID? Here you go. Thank you, and yes, I do see your visiting orders. It seems like your father was just transferred. Yes, he was at Coleman. Okay, great. So you are familiar with the visiting procedures? Yes. Do you understand our searches are before and after? Yes, ma'am. You do understand that due to the new COVID-19 restrictions, our visits will be non-contact? Yes, ma'am. Have you been out of the country or been around anyone that tested positive for COVID in the last 14 days? No, ma'am. Any fever, coughing, sneezing, or loss of taste or smell? No, ma'am. Come closer. Let me get your temperature. Okay, perfect. Look over these papers, sign here, sit over there, and the guards will be here to get you. USP or FCI? USP? The camp? No, he's in the cells. Okay, perfect. Come this way. You ever been here? No, this is my first time. You look nervous, little homie. You gonna be cool? Walk this way, and you could go to that second chair. Buster. Hey, Pops. Bro, I'm so happy you came see me. I thought you were bringing a baby. I was at first, but he wasn't feeling good. I wasn't sure if they were gonna let him in with all that COVID shit going on. Yeah, you right on that. Who you rode up here with? My baby mom and a baby. They went back to the hotel. Keem wanted to come, but he stayed back with his girl. Her stepdaddy got shot. Big E? Yeah, man. I don't know how he doing, though. I just know some dude tried to rob him or something. That gotta be one of them little young heads or a dope fiend. Ain't nobody fucking with E like that. I know, man. But Pops, just thinking, that was so messed up they didn't let you come home for Leek's funeral? Yeah, I know. I took that shit hard, son. They promised to move me closer to home to make shit better, but that was a setup. They could have left me in Florida. This place is a fucking slaughterhouse. Dude jugged a man the other day over a leg quarter. A leg quarter? Like chicken? Yeah, chicken. Chicken is a hot commodity around here. What? I thought y'all be laid back, big chillin' in affairs. What? Yeah, on TV they do. We're in maximum security for a reason. But I like it this way. I like having a cell. I'm by myself right now. That dorm shit for the birds. This one here is rough, but you know it's like every other place. Stay with your people, mind your business, and your time will be short. I'm trying to do a few programs and stay out of trouble. I'm hoping some of this new legislation shit will help me to cut some of my time and come home. So what's up with that situation? Man, Pops, that shit crazy. I want that to end so bad. This dude like 2 up. 2? Wait, that's the same one that hit Smitty? Yup. Alright, say less. I want you to back off. No, Pops, I want it. Son, what type of man would I be to encourage my son to do the same shit I did? This ain't no life. You don't want this shit, Hassan? You got a son. Do you want to raise a son behind bars like I raised you? You are better than me, and I want you, Trey, to be better than both of us. But that means you got to stay out the shit. Pops, that's kind of what I came to talk to you about. What do you mean? I'm doing big shit now. I could see my daddy's temperament had changed. He was livid but powerless, and he knew it. What kind of big shit, son? You know. What the fuck, Buster? I thought you were gonna grow out of that shit. What do you mean, Pops? So you think someone like me was gonna one day wake up and be able to get a good job and shit? I ain't choose this life. I'm just playing my cards how I was dealt. We are playing it safe though, Pops. This is only temporary. I just want enough to help me with my music career and I'm done. That shit doesn't work like that, son. It's not a fucking light switch. Once you in, you in. Two ways out, and you know that. Pops, I'm telling you, shit different now. Buster, I can't lose you too. Pops, ain't nobody gonna touch me. We ain't messing with small dealer shit, just big shit. I promise, Pops. Give me 2 to 3 years, and I'm out. Who is helping y'all? Dubbie. Dubbie? From the east? Brown skin? Tall? Yeah. Okay, he good people. How you know him? That's Keem girl. That's our uncle. Her uncle? Wow, okay. Let him know you my son. I did. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a bill. I don't like that shit at all, but I can respect the fact that you at least got a plan. And I know Dubbie will look out for you. I handled some shit for him back in Angola years ago before the feds picked me up, so I know he gonna show love. Me and my daddy talked for what seemed to be hours. My dad was so articulate and educated. I don't understand how someone like him ended up in a place like this. Pops, I'm thinking, as smart as you are, how did you end up here? Honestly, I was always smart, but I was dumb at the same time. I wanted to impress the streets and live up to a name. I let my ego get the best of me. And you want to know the main reason? What is that? I never learned to deal with my emotions. I let my feelings take over. My anger controlled me. If I thought someone was trying to play me, I felt I had to show them. But in the end, I just showed myself. You showed them too, though. Not really. Them people ended up dead, so they didn't learn anything. I didn't give them a chance to learn. And you could argue that I showed the streets, and that's probably true. I had them scared of me. But of course, you have to know with fear comes problems. And here I am. As I look up, I hear the guard yell, 10 minutes. My daddy looked at me and said, be careful, son. And before I let you go, I wanted to tell you a little surprise. I got a new lawyer that's working on some things for me. Due to a few inconsistencies, they are looking at the possibility of dropping a few of my federal cases. So I'm going to need you to say a few prayers that things go well. Don't tell anybody, especially your grandma, because I don't want to get my mama's hopes up again. What about my mom? Oh, she's almost up anyway. She's real short. She's in RDAP right now, so expect her soon. RDAP? Yeah, it's a little drug program. Drugs? Mama on drugs? Don't worry about it, son. Just know she on her way. And I'm close now, so make sure you come see me. And right on cue, the guard comes back. Time's up, more. My dad gets up from the table in his Dickie suit and fresh Jordans, looking like he's on the streets. Fresh haircut and looking like he could bench press me. I just stared at him. I stared because he always amazes me. It amazes me how after all he went through, he stayed so strong. He was in and out of jail almost his whole life, but he never quite allowed it to change who he is. I know it sounds crazy, but my dad is a good dude. I know he's known on the streets as a killer, but he never killed any innocent man. He only killed killers. He never killed a woman or a kid. And when he killed, he always walked down, never pop shot. My daddy goes by the G code. He doesn't even steal. In fact, he was mad when he found out I was out there stealing. I love my daddy and have all the respect in the world for him. You know how many of my friends' daddies let jail separate them? Not mine. He was not ever in our lives. The sad thing, I disappointed him by taking the wrong track. But I'm gonna fix it though. My dad yelled to the guard, can I hug my son? Hurry up, man. Thanks, bruh. We embraced, and I needed that. Men need hugs too. I love you, Daddy. On the ride back to the hotel, I just thought and thought. I thought back to when I first met Sprout, my first car I stole, that night with Lil T, and then that night with Leak. I'm only 19, but I've been through so much. Everything my daddy told me started to resonate with me. I have a son. I don't know how, but I have a son that will want to be like me one day. And that shit hit me heavy, like a ton of bricks. This is going to be a long ride. Keem, Chapter 3. Welcome to Joseph's Shooting Club. Are you here for the lanes or the purchase? Both, actually. Do you know which one you want, sir? Not really. Have you ever shot a gun before? Not really. What is not really? Did you? No, I didn't. Well, I suggest you start with a smaller caliber weapon. I don't want no 22. That's a baby gun. She laughed. Now, for you, with your size, I would suggest a 9mm. If you come over to this case, I have two of our highest sellers, high-powered, easy to use, and very durable. So what are these? This is the P365, and if you want something slightly larger, I suggest the Glock 19. You can't go wrong either way. Can I hold it? You better. The only way to know if a gun is for you would be to try it. Hold it and make sure it feels good in your hand. In fact, we actually have both of these available for you to use if you want to shoot them first. Yeah, can I do both? Of course. Just leave your ID with me. Okay, here it is. Oh, I thought I knew your face. You're Rakeem Moore. We are big fans. I was ecstatic when you chose Kentucky. I'm so sorry about what happened to you. I knew you were innocent the whole time. Yeah, that's me. Thank you. Do you mind taking a selfie with me? My husband is gonna lose it when he sees this. Yeah, that's cool. As soon as I said yes, she had that camera all in my face. She even had a little selfie light attached. Can I tag you? Of course. It's the real Keem Moore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you need someone to help you shoot? Yeah, if you don't mind. No worries. Here are your earmuffs and glasses. Go to lane 5. I'll have Kyle come over to you and help you load up. He's the best. I don't need help loading up. I can do that part. Man, this lady thinks I'm a simp or something, I thought as I laughed to myself. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. These are some excellent gun picks. I can see from the size of your hand you will probably want to go with the larger gun. Remember, this is all about comfort. I still want you to shoot both so you can have a good comparison. The SIG shoots really well, and I definitely want you to see what that feels like. Are you all loaded up and ready to go? Yep, I'm ready. Whoa, it looks like 5 is crowded. Let's come over to lane 8. Alright, let me get the guns. Whoa, don't hold that gun like that. What you mean? Keep your finger off the trigger. That's safety precautions. He grabbed the gun from me and said, hold it like this. You only want your finger on the trigger when you are about to shoot. Okay, my bad. Alright, so I'll go over a few safety procedures with you, and we can start with target practice. Are you trying to see which one you want to buy? Yeah. Are you needing this mainly for protection? Yeah. I don't blame you. Okay, let's get started. I stayed at that range for like 3 hours. After all that time, I still couldn't choose which gun. I ended up going with the Glock because it held more bullets, and as Kyle said, it felt better in my hands. I think I'm going to bring Ani here to get the P365 though. It's perfect to go in her purse. Once I found my rhythm, I was in glory. Now I see why I busted them like their guns. It's almost addictive. I can easily see this being a therapy for me, letting off that gun, hearing that loud boom, watching the sparkles fly, and listen to the shells drop start to sound like a rhythm all in its own. After I learned to control my wrist, I looked like a serious marksman. I went in there trying to shoot like they do on TV and almost broke my wrist. It's funny now, but I was a little embarrassed at first. The dude Kyle was nice though. He said, you'll be surprised how many people come in here shooting like that. He said, it's cool. At least you will learn the proper way, and I bet with a little more practice, you will be as good as any marksman out there. As I got into the car, I started thinking back on things. Sometimes I think my family's ashamed of me. They were proud when I was in basketball, but now that it's over, it's like I'm nobody. I hate that I feel like this. I hope one day I could have one of those jobs where I get to wear a suit and wear nice shoes. I just want to make my daddy proud so bad. Let me call Buster right quick. Hey, cuz, what's good? Ain't shit. What you doing? We're driving back home. Already? I thought you were staying out there tonight. I was, but this trick is driving me. I'm ready to come home. Dog, you stupid. How's Uncle Holden? Man, you know him. He good. He asked about you. I told him you wanted to come. Okay, cool. How does he like his new place? He says crazy in there. Word? Yeah, word. Same thing I said. You told him about what we're about to do? Yeah, I did. Was he mad? Kinda, but he ain't tripped. Okay, cool. We can talk off these phones later. How's the baby? He still has a fever? He keeps crying. They gave him Tylenol and Motrin. Together? No, dude. She alternates each one like every 4 hours. Grandma says he was probably getting tea. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you be safe on the road. I'll see you when you make it home. Alright. Eli, chapter 4. Eli, I didn't expect to see you back this soon. What's going on? Miss Alicia, everything is crazy at my house right now. I just need someone to talk to. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm just glad I came to counseling. It's like I don't have anyone that I can talk to. My family is very supportive of me, but they think I'm only the baby reaper. They think I'm only a football player. They never consider the real me. They don't even know that I may be hurting. What is hurting you? Well, I know it's kind of weird, but I'm hurting because I literally don't have anyone. But you just said your family is supportive. Yes, they are, very much, but of the football player, not the person. My mom doesn't worry about me. My dad didn't care enough about me to keep living. I never met my grandparents, and I can keep going. I have nothing but football. If I ever lose football, I'm done. What about your sister? She loves me, but my sister has issues of her own. She has blackouts and severe memory loss. She doesn't even have her life together, so I can't expect much from her. And explain to me why you feel that way about your father. Well, he killed himself. He didn't even care about us. He was a coward. Eli, suicide is not as black and white as people make it out to be. I don't know your father, but I gather that he was dealt a rather difficult blow in life from the things you told me. Do you agree? Yeah. And didn't you just say that without football you were done? Yeah. Well, maybe you should consider that's how your father felt. That's true, but I didn't have kids, Miss Alicia. I will never leave my children. I can't argue with that, Eli. That's very true. But all I can say is that some people are sometimes hurting beyond our understanding. They cannot see long term like we can, and they believe that their short term solution can solve a long term problem. But they are unfortunately wrong. So I can't tell you not to be mad. I just want you to at least redirect your anger. And instead of being angry at your father, be grateful that you have someone to talk to about your issues. Yeah, that's true. But I'm still mad at him, though. That's your right. I just wanted him to love me. And what makes you think he didn't? Because he left me. Some people leave because they think they aren't good enough. He was wrong, though. I know, and that's the sad part. And what about your mom? What about her? Why do you feel she doesn't care about you? She sends you to this nice school. She takes really good care of you. Yeah, she does. But that's because it's about money. She loves money and everything that's connected. She will make sure we are taken care of because it makes her look good. But she never hugs me. She never says she loves me. She just loves my younger sister and brother. Okay, and your stepfather? Oh, Mr. E? He's nice. Honestly, he's probably the most solid of the family, and I guess that's why I'm here. He was shot during a robbery the other day, and I'm kind of scared. Scared? Yeah, scared. I'm scared if he dies. He really looks out for me. If he dies, I'm the man in the house. I'm not ready for that. I'm only 14. I mean, I'm about to be 15, but still. Have you spoken with your mom? Do you know his condition? No, she doesn't answer. She's always so secretive about everything. I don't know why they think I'm so dumb. I know he was a drug dealer. Wait, Eli. No, let me talk. I already know what we say in here is privilege. Okay, go ahead. I'm quiet, but I watch everything. We can't even enter any room without knocking first. My stepdad has way too many secrets, and I know why. My sister was always so oblivious to everything, but not me. Don't get me wrong. I know Mr. E makes good money, but we live like royalty. How many kids that look like me do you know that can say they stayed at the Four Seasons in Paris? We stayed there for like a month. I remember walking to the Champs-Élysées by myself like it was nothing. And you are angry about that? Of course not. We loved it. I'm just saying. I'm in there playing with kids whose parents are billionaires, and my dad owns a clinic. I'm young, but I'm not dumb. I didn't know everything, but I knew something wasn't adding up. I remember one time I even walked in without knocking and saw stacks of money and a money counter on a. Wait, Eli, let me stop you. What's wrong? It's 4 o'clock. Time for my next patient. I don't want to stop you, but I don't want to get behind on my schedule. Oh, okay, Miss Alicia. Will I see you next week? You sure will. Ari, Chapter 5. Ariane Richardson, please come to cubicle number 2. Good morning, Miss Richardson. How may I help you? Good morning. I was trying to see what was going on with my classes. My professor says I've been dropped from the roll. I passed all my tests and I never missed a class. So what's going on? What do you mean what's going on, Miss Richardson? I mean, like, what's wrong? Why am I being dropped from my classes? I'm guessing you haven't been checking your emails. We have been trying to reach you for the last month to let you know that your FAFSA came back incomplete. Incomplete? How can that happen? Did your parents sign? The minute she said that, a tear immediately dropped from my eye. My father was incarcerated and my mom is addicted to opiates. Sometimes I see her and most times I don't. There is no way she would ever sign any paper for me. No, she didn't sign. Is there any way I can do the paperwork without her? What about Dad? No. All we really need is their tax information from last year. They don't have taxes. Can I just do it as independent? No, I think when you're under 25, you have to use your parents. Well, that's not fair. Everyone doesn't have parents. You know what? Hold on. Let me talk to the director. I'm sure there is something that we can do. Go have a seat over there. After about an hour of waiting, I finally heard someone call my name. I just finished saying my prayers, and now I'm hoping that it works. I'm Ariane. Which way do I go? I hear a voice say, "Come in here, Miss Richardson." Okay, I just finished looking over your file, and it looks like you are a very intelligent young lady. I see you made a 31 on the ACT, and your GPA was a 4.1. I thank you so much for choosing Xavier to further your education. I did notice, though, that we have some issues with your billing. I'm just looking at the numbers, and it appears we are short by about 7,000. But I thought I had TOPS and a Pell Grant. Doesn't that cover the whole tuition? TOPS covers tuition at state institutions. This is a private institution. The tuition is much more expensive than the state schools, so TOPS only pays what it would pay if you chose a state school. However, we did find other grants to help you eat away some of the costs. Would you consider doing work study? And another thing, we can possibly consider you living off campus, but that would be the last resort. It seems like you're a really good student, Ariane. I want to make sure that you are able to stay in school. In order to be placed back into your classes, you would need to come up with at least 25% of the bill. Do you think you could do that? We could write the rest off as a promissory note. What's a promissory note? That's a fancy way of saying I owe you. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Will you be able to find the other grants for me? Yes, there's an XU emergency grant, Horatio Alger, and a few others I'm putting in this folder. I need you to fill out whatever you can and write whatever essays are needed. Bring this back to me as soon as possible. As soon as you bring that money, I'll have you added back to those classes. Oh, yeah, and I need a short statement from you on why we need to label you as an independent student so that we can waive the parent signature requirement. I smiled so hard, I'm sure she could have pulled my wisdom teeth. Thank you so much, Miss Rivers. No problem, sweetheart. Remember that when I'm short on my prescription money one day. I smiled and replied, Yes, ma'am. Walking back to my dorm, I had the chance to think. Do I want to keep the dorm or do I want to stay with Annie full time? I mean, I love staying with her, but I love the dorm. It's the only time I truly have to myself. And speaking of studying, where in the hell am I going to find $1,700 in a week? I hate to ask Annie, especially with everything going on, but it's like I have to. I hate borrowing money. My grandmother always said that money ruins friendships. I'm not like the others. I don't have options. School is all I have. I've been working for this all my life. I've come far to let a bill get in my way. I have to find a way to get the money, and I think I know how. Honesty, Chapter 6. Miss Love, you are back, I see. I'm the nurse practitioner, Aisha. I remember you from the last time. I just looked up and kind of tilted my head like, What's up? Did you ever get the chance to see the neurologist? No, not yet, I mumbled. Well, it's your lucky day. We actually have Dr. McKenna on staff today, and she happens to be an excellent faculty neurologist. She will be in to see you shortly. We are about to draw blood, and later we will perform what's known as a tilt table test. Tilt table? Yes, it's actually just like it sounds. We put you on a table that tilts, and as it changes directions, we monitor your blood pressure and heart rhythms. Will you be okay with that testing? Yes, that's fine. Is it okay if a few students come in to monitor as well? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, perfect. We will have someone come to get you and bring you to the testing room so that we can get started. Okay? Miss Love? Yes, that's me. I'm here to transport you to the testing. Did they get your blood already? We're here to get the blood. Okay, the first guy hollered into the room. I'll wait outside until they finish with the blood. Okay. Are you ready? Yep. Okay, get into the wheelchair. I will wheel you into the room. When I got there, the testing room wasn't anything fancy. It was literally what I envisioned, a room with a tilted table. The test was a little awkward, but I'm guessing it was quite necessary to understand the changes in blood pressure when my position changes. I don't understand why after all this time I'm finally dealing with something as important as fainting. How could this not happen before? And if it did, how could I not remember this? I don't know. Maybe I should stop thinking. I don't want to work myself up and have another episode on this table. Maybe I should relax. I heard the lady yell out, Miss Love, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Okay, I'm going to need you to relax for a few more minutes, okay? We're almost done. After a few minutes, we were finished with testing and I was being wheeled back to my room. When I got there, I was greeted by the biggest smile. Hey, my baby. Glad to see that you're okay. Hey, Keem. I'm so glad you came back. I just finished taking some tests. Yeah, the nurse told me. Where were you today? I went to the gun range. The gun range? With Buster? No, Buster went to see hockey. I went by myself. I wanted to buy a gun. I found one I want to get for you, too. What I'm going to do with a gun, boy? Shit, I got to stop passing out first. Keem busted out laughing. You're right. I can't have you passing out while we trying to bang. You laughing a little too hard. My bad, he said. As the door opens, a nice black, clean-cut older lady walks in and says, Hello, I'm Dr. McKenna. Okay, so it looks like we're dealing with something called vasovagal syncope. And don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's basically a fancy word for fainting under pressure. It isn't life-threatening at all. It's probably more annoying than anything. It can definitely make life a pain. You're right about that, I said. Okay, so what I will say is the number one thing you want to do is try to identify your triggers so that you can avoid them. In addition to monitoring your stress, we notice that your pressure drops in some instances, so you may want to keep some salty chips to snack on from time to time. It's also super important that you hydrate. Dehydration, fatigue, and lack of sleep can also bring on episodes, so be aware. Do you have any questions for me? Yes. How can I avoid it? Are there any medications? There is a drug that I can prescribe. However, before we go that route, I like to try to show you ways to possibly prevent an attack from even coming. If you think about it, before you passed out, you probably started feeling lightheaded or dizzy, or maybe your knees began to buckle. Yeah, I felt dizzy. Great. So let's pretend our water and salt increase tips didn't work. Let's work on a few exercises that can help in the event you find yourself in the middle of an attack. For one, you can sit or lie down. You can also try crossing or uncrossing your legs. Remember, it's actually all about blood flow. And lastly, stand up. Let me show you something. Intertwine your fingers while making a fist like this. Grit your teeth, clench your butt and your calves at the same times. This is called an isometric counter pressure exercise. It basically squeezes the blood to places that it needs to be. Oh, wow, Keem yelled out. Are you her husband? Kind of. Well, make sure you pay attention to this information as well. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to schedule you to come to my private practice as a follow-up. Okay, Doc, that sounds good. Okay, Miss Love, take care of yourself. Keem, you talked to my mama? No, not yet. What about Eli? Someone might need to go pick him up from practice. Okay, I wanted to make sure you were good. I will go and get Eli. Call me back if they discharge you. Later on that day, I was discharged. I didn't want to bother Keem, so I got a ride to the Four Seasons to check on my mom and Mr. E. I was told he didn't want to drive all the way back to Baton Rouge, so they just stayed at the hotel. Many people tend to use fancy hotels after they have plastic surgery, so Mr. E and his bandages fit right in. When I got upstairs, I didn't waste any time. So what happened? Not much, he said incoherently. Huh? I said not much. It's hard to understand you, Mr. E. What happened, Mama? Well, he wrote it down for us. He said a guy was trying to rob him. Did he get the money? He shook his head, yes. Do you know who he was? He hesitated, but shook his head no. I didn't believe him for a minute. Yeah, the doctor said he is lucky to be alive. The first bullet grazed him and the second was an in and out. Knocked out a few teeth, but nothing major. Well, I just wanted to check on you. You want me to take the kids, Ma? You can if you want. Take my car. I'll use Eric's truck and bring the children later. As my mom walked me to the door, I saw she was occupied with something on her phone. Turns out she was on the camera app trying to show me the footage of the guy leaving the scene with the bags. When I looked and saw who it was, I said out loud, well, I be damned. It was Sprout. Dubbie, Chapter 7. Who do I trust? Me, that's who. I say that every morning before I start my day. As a boy growing up in the 80s, TVs introduced us to the good life. We saw the cars, the girls, and the money. To young, impressionable kids, it seemed like the thing to do. It didn't take long before we were addicted to the fast life. People in the 60s and 70s had strong role models to look after, but the 80s were different. In my parents' time, the good kids wanted to be like Malcolm, and the cool kids wanted to be like Superfly. In my hood, with kids my age, everyone wanted to be like Tony Montana. We quoted the movie so much that it became our lifestyle. Not only did it become our lifestyle, but it laid out the ground rules as to how things should be. The American dream for us was money, power, and respect. Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but opportunities for little black boys weren't very plentiful. There are many black millionaires now, but back then, the only millionaires we knew dribbled basketballs or slung dope. The blueprint was already written for us: entertain or slang. And me, I chose to slang. Well, it kind of chose me. My daddy was a dope dealer, so the job kind of fell into my lap. School was fun, and I did okay with my work, but okay didn't get you into college. After I graduated, I approached my daddy and asked him if I could work with him. He flat out told me no. He told me if your mother found out, she would kill both of us. My mother was a school teacher. She frowned upon my daddy's activities, but she loved him and chose to stick it out with him. There was no way she would agree with her children contributing to the demise of our community, as she would say. See, in the 70s, drugs were considered recreational, so drug dealers weren't considered bad people. It wasn't until crack hit the scene that the game changed for drug dealers. The war on drugs started targeting specific groups, mostly black and brown ones. Certain drugs started having stiffer penalties. Crack is just a cheap knockoff version of cocaine, but crack could get your life in jail. As bad as crack was for us, I still wanted to sell it. I knew it was the only way for me to make money. My daddy wouldn't let me sell for him, so I started hustling for a big time guy in the Calio projects by the name of Manny. Manny was the man, and one of the first to introduce crack rocks to the city. Everyone thought he was so smart because he found a way to stretch a product and triple his money. We didn't know that he spent the summer in California and only brought back what he learned. He kept me under his wing and taught me everything he knew about drugs. By being good at math, I was really good at cooking the drugs. It's all about stretching. If you know how to make numbers work, you can stretch the drugs and maintain its potency. By the time I was 18, I was pumping so much drugs that I was making boss money. My daddy started getting mad, and soon he and Manny started beefing. I don't know if it was all because of me, but it damn sure felt like it. My dad was so pissed that he put me out. He felt as if I chose Manny, but it was the money I chose, not Manny. Not long after they started beefing, Manny ended up going to jail. Right after that, my dad got busted as well. Until this day, my sister hates me because she thinks I had something to do with my daddy being busted. That ain't me. I would rather die than to be disloyal. Since I wasn't allowed back home, I had to take care of myself. I started cooking crack for all the big dealers. They knew I was good and they knew I was hungry, so I was the man for the job. Everyone in the city knew Dubbie, but with love also comes hate. I remember the day I got shot like it was yesterday. My oldest daughter's mama was living in the Fisher Projects across the river. Every Friday night, I would go and visit her. I would usually stay the whole weekend. One Friday, we were about to go out clubbing. Everyone would always know when I was coming because I would hit my alarm 3 times. That was a bad habit that almost cost me my life. I remember walking down the stairs from the second floor. As I hit the next landing, I saw the shadow in my peripheral vision, but it was too late. A man was waiting under the stairs for me. I tried to run back upstairs to get away, and that's what saved my life. He shot so many times that thank God most of them missed. But the few that hit me were good enough to sit me down in this chair. The chair don't stop me though. In fact, I became an even better cook. I was just the right height, and my feet never got tired. The downfall, I couldn't run when the police hit the spot. Fast forward to now, I never thought I'd be dealing with drugs again. I was going legit after I was released a few years ago. I've been laying low and staying out of trouble. I've been living with my old lady in St. Bernard Parish. We live here to get some space from the drama, but again they found me. My old lady is a dispatcher supervisor for 911. She works with the law, but she ain't a cop. Someone like me could never date a cop, but someone like me needs her because she makes sure the people stay off our back. She also has a cousin that works at the main police station downtown. This is important to the success of the operation. We like a team. All of the parts come together to make things easier. I'm thrilled that honesty decided to pull me in. This is the perfect way for me to get back with my sister. I want to prove to her I'm loyal. Me and my sister were thick-ass thieves growing up. But after my daddy got busted, my sister barely had 2 words to say to me. When my daddy died, the family treated me like shit. They believe I stressed him out, which led him to die in jail. It really fucked me up because my family means the world to me. I thank God my daddy didn't take me off his will. That let me know even though he was mad, he still loved me. I'm working with my niece to show my sister I deserve another chance. I will never let them down. Not ever. It's time. Chapter 8. Text to the group. Okay, so look, I need all y'all to meet me at my Dubbie house. ASAP. Ring, ring. Hey, Uncle Dubbie, do you mind if we use your house for a quick little meeting? Nah, that's cool. Y'all could go in the back. What we gonna do with the white stuff, though? I got it ready to go. We will get a chance to discuss that today, Unc. I want to make sure everyone is on the same page. I found out some crazy shit that I feel I need to let everyone know about. Do you have something for people to eat? To eat? Girl, please. That's okay. I'm gonna go run in and get some pepperoni's pizza on my way in. Oh, give me some of those spicy wings, niece. Okay, Unc. Let me call it in and get dressed. I'll be there in about an hour. About 7:30, I walked into a full house of people like I was a real-life pizza delivery girl. I promise, it was like a TV scene. I'm walking while balancing the pizzas on my hand, and all I see is people grabbing boxes instead of trying to help. Men. Okay, y'all. So eat up. We got some stuff we need to discuss, and thank y'all for coming. Where are the plates and drinks? Mike said. Uncle W, you got that? Yeah, go in the pantry for the plates and napkins. And they got cold drinks in the fridge. Okay, so to give y'all an update on Big E, he's good. The bullet only grazed his head. The other one went through his face and knocked some of his back teeth out, but no serious damage. As I said that, there was an immediate sigh of relief that went around the room. Everyone automatically cheered up, and I noticed smiles on our faces. Buster was the first to ask. So what he said happened? I thought you would never ask. He didn't want to tell me who shot him, and eventually I figured out why. My mom told me to check the cameras, and y'all are not going to be surprised to see that it was Sprout. What? That sound echoed over the whole room. Buster yelled, man, that dude took care of him. Why would he do some fuck shit like that? Man, he foul as fuck for that. Y'all know he gotta pay. What he got on his head? Fuck that. I want him anyway. I'll do it for free. That's the thing. Mr. E didn't say anything. There must be a reason why he isn't saying anything, but I don't care. I'm sick of hearing his name. He gotta go. And how is Smitty anyway? Same shit, Keem said. Exactly. So he gotta pay. We know where he lives. Why we can't just go in there? Because that man Grandma and them in there, Mike. Them people are like our auntie. We can't do that. We want him and him only, Buster said. Well, we need to move fast then. If he would rob and shoot E, he would do the same to us. If we want to move this product successfully, we need to get rid of the op, Mike said. Dubbie jumped in. Mike is right. You're already going to be watching your back. Get this dude out the way now. Y'all know his car? Keem answered. He drive an Ultima. Dubbie replied, all right, so get y'all best shooters together and fuck it up. Keem seemed confused. Best shooters? Like other people? Nope. Right now, it's just y'all. Keep y'all circle tight. You only need loyal people you can trust around right now. Did you go see Sean? Keem said, nah, but I'm straight though. What you got? Keem said proudly. I got a Glock 19. Dubbie said, okay, but don't use that one. I'm not. Dubbie switched the conversation to the drugs. So what about the work? Mike, what's up with your connect? Oh, they're ready. I could start getting the samples out now. You can handle it all? Yeah. A few days later, I get a 911 text from Keem and Mike saying they see dude. I'm excited, but I'm kind of scared because I know the dude is Sprout. I know it's time, but I'm not sure if it's Keem's time. These are the types of moments that can make or break you. We all know Keem wasn't really made for this, but today can possibly be the day we find out if he really is or if he needs to go find himself a job somewhere. About an hour has passed and I hear nothing. We can't make any calls right now because we don't want anything to come back on us. So, of course, now I'm sitting here looking crazy with my anxiety on 1,000, trying to imagine how things are going in my head. Part of me feels bad for not having faith in my man, and the other half of me is actually rooting for him. Who am I actually becoming? What is wrong with me? This isn't me. Oh my God, I need a nap. We good now. Chapter 9. Annie, wake up. We got him. We got him. I let out a deliberately vocal yawn. I was sleepy and I needed him to know that. What happened, Keem? I said we got him. We got Sprout. Are you serious? What time is it? It's like 2:30 in the morning. What took y'all so long? We wanted to wait on it and make sure everything was good before we went with our move. We also went to get Buster because we knew how much he wanted that hit. So it was all of y'all? Yep, we were all there. So what happened? Alright, so check it. Me and Mike stopped by my grandma just to go holler at her. So you know Miss Brown stays right down the street. As we getting ready to leave, I peeped the Ultima pulling up. So that's when I text you. We knew he wasn't going to stay that long, so we just waited. It ended up being longer than we thought, so we took our chances and went with to Metairie. If we made it back and he was still there, we figured it was meant to be. We went to pick up Buster from the house so that the rental would still be parked outside in case anyone ever asks. Okay, I like that, I inserted as I shook my head in agreement. And as we were pulling back up, it just so happened the car was about to pull off. We laid back a little, but we followed him. He went all the way to the West Bank, headed toward the cutoff. When he hit the inner General de Gaulle, we started to tail him a little more. I'm guessing he was headed to those apartments, but we didn't want to wait and see. Sometimes those apartments have cameras, and we didn't want to chance it. When he made it to the curve right under the bridge, we pulled up next to him and started shooting. Did y'all get out? Yeah, we got out. You know it's dark back there. Ain't nobody saw that. After we emptied the guns, we got back into the car and we sped off. Dude didn't even see us coming with those dark-ass windows. Wow. What you mean, wow, Keem said. I don't know, Keem. It's kind of like it's real life now. Saying you want someone dead is one thing, but actually knowing they're dead is another thing. It's like just last year we were all riding and drinking together, and now we slick sides celebrating his death. I know, but this is what you wanted. You were just calling the shots. That was you. I know, babe, I know. It's just like I don't know if I got what it takes. It's hard to have a heart, I guess. You gotta be heartless. This was just a little too much for me, I guess. No one told me my first murder would be like this. This isn't even my murder and I'm reacting like this. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I need to go back to the gram. This is clearly a sign. They make it look so easy on TV. Keem, go run me some water, please. I really need to go take a long bath and think about this one. This would be the perfect time to smoke if I did. Your water ready, B? Are you feeling better? Yeah, I'm good. I just need some time. I'll be better by tomorrow. I heard him under his breath say, "It is tomorrow." Now who asked him, I said to myself. Sitting in this tub with my LAS candle burning, the jets in my back, the bubbles covering my body, and the sense of jojoba in the air helps me to take my mind off the mayhem. It allows me to relax and concentrate on my life. As I begin to contemplate on what I would like to do, I get an alert about a murder. Now my mood is all messed up. Oh my God, how did they find out this fast? This is crazy. This damn neighbor app knows about murders before the police. As much as I want to, I'm scared to click. After about a minute or so, I mustered up enough courage to look, and the title said double shooting in Gertown. Oh, thank God, that's not us. That's it, I'm going to bed. The next morning, I woke up again to the sound of the morning news. Another bloody night in the Big Easy. 7 shot, 3 dead. Oh my goodness, they were really cutting up last night. Let me turn this TV up. This is Gina Swanton, and I'm on the scene of one of New Orleans' latest murders. I'm here with NOPD, and we are in the 6,000 block of Woodland Highway in Algiers. Officer Lamb, can you tell us anything? Yes. Early this morning, we discovered this car abandoned and running. When we approached the vehicle, we discovered a deceased, unidentified male slumped over the wheel. As you can see, the car was riddled with bullets, and the passenger door was left open. We are asking the public's help in this and in the other shootings. Please call Crime Stoppers if you have any information. Keem, wake up! Look! Huh? Look! Sprout murder on TV. They said his name? No, it just said unidentified male slumped over. See, I told you we got him. We good now. Raina, Chapter 10. I can't believe I'm driving and this dude is sleeping already. It's only a 7.5 hour drive. My poor baby must really be tired. I swear he's so cute when he sleeps. He is kind of my first real boyfriend. Back in Atlanta, my mom was always so protective of me. She would put apps on my phone, cameras all over the house, and everything. It was a mini Fort Knox. My mom must have been something else when she was younger because she thinks I'm like that. But I'm not. I never gave her reason to believe I make bad decisions. When we first moved to New Orleans, she promised to give me a little more freedom. And here I am on my first vacation. I mean, she has no clue, but a step is a step. Let me tell you about Bay. Okay, so I met him not long after we moved here. It's funny, but I met him in the line at the Blue Crawfish store. It was a Sunday, and the line was stupid long. It was late, and I was getting worried that I wouldn't get any crawfish. So many people on the gram recommended this place that I just had to try. They just didn't tell me about the line. I should have gone there when they first opened that morning. When I finally made it to the front, this handsome black dude dressed in fitted jeans, an urban brand shirt with the big X, some Timbs, and a backwards cap with a little Pac-Man figure on it, got the last 5 pounds of crawfish. When I heard the guy scream, "That's it," I said, "But I drove all the way from Atlanta." The guy turned around and said, "You lucky my grandma taught me to share. You want some?" I looked and smiled and said, "If you're going to give it to me." He said, "I can't give it all to you, but I could give you some." He screamed to the bag, "Hey, Vic, give me another bag and some gloves, too. I already know she doesn't like her hands dirty." I gave him this look that screamed, "Oh, I like dirty." After that, we exchanged numbers and began talking. He is really a sweet guy. 19, no kids. He doesn't officially work, but he told me he wants to start a business. He says he cuts hair at his cousin's shop, and he thinks he could really blow up in another city, especially Atlanta. He called me about a week ago and told me it was about that time he made a move on his future. He said too many people are dying and he feels like it's a sign for him to get away. He told me he wanted to go to Atlanta and he wanted me to come with him. He says I motivate him. He says when I'm around, he wants to do better. We went to Baton Rouge first. He said he had some business to handle for a few days. I told my teachers my uncle had been shot and I would need to go virtual for the remainder of the semester because I was helping with his care. Babe makes me feel so comfortable. It's almost like I've known him forever. We've known each other for a few months and he never pressured me for sex or anything. I guess he just really wanted to get away with me. My mama would kill me if she found out what I was doing, but I really think he may be the one. I just need to make sure honesty doesn't call her too much. I got my mom thinking I'm at the dorm studying real hard. I can't wait until we make it to Atlanta. I'm going to take him on a real Atlanta tour. He probably thinks we would just be laying up, but nope. I already made reservations at all the hot spots in town. Wake up, babe, we're here. And we're all checked in. Damn, already? What do you mean already? You've been sleeping for 6 hours. Oh, my bad. So where are we? What's this place called? So we're in Midtown Atlanta. I picked this place because it's kind of a central location. We're close to a shopping and stuff. We're staying at the W. No cap, this nice. Yep, I did an early check-in too, so we can go put our things up in the room. I can tell by the look of his face he has never been to a hotel before. And definitely nothing this nice. His eyes were bust open so wide as he tried his best to take everything in while trying his hardest not to stand out. Wait, the room's inside? Yep. He's so cute, I thought to myself. Okay, so get dressed. First up for today is a trap museum. T.I. thing? Yep. Alright, wait, let me see what I'm gonna wear. I might wear my rich love fit today with my wands. Wear whatever you like, my love. When we first pulled up at the trap museum, the line was pretty long. Babe was like, "I don't know about this, fat." Oh, it moves fast. Plus, I bought the tickets online, so we may get to go straight up there. Buying the tickets online definitely helped. We ended up waiting about 15 minutes. I do feel bad for the people that came after us, though. This is a very popular spot. Babe loved it. To say he's a barber, he liked that museum a little bit too much. If I didn't know any better, I'd think he was a trapper himself. He was in there analyzing every scene and stuff like he was a quality control or something. Babe, what was your favorite part? I like the trap kitchen. That stuff looked real. The baking soda, the money in the fridge, and all that stuff looked real. I really enjoyed myself. What's next? Since we are close, let's do Martin Luther King's house. His house? Yeah, where he grew up. Okay, let's go. I'm not sure if we could go in, but we could still take pictures and stuff. There are all kinds of things you can read about him. I can't lie. I didn't like school, but I used to like learning about people like Martin Luther King. Really? Well, then we got to go to the DC, the Black History Museum in Memphis, to the Lorraine Motel. You will love that. For real? Let's go now. We can't go now. I don't even have that many clothes. You can buy clothes. I don't know, babe. I got to see how things are going with my mom and stuff. After we visited the birthplace of Martin Luther King, we decided just to grab some pizza and eat in. We had been on the road since early that morning and we were tired. Well, at least I know I was. So what are we doing tomorrow, Fat? I think we could do Stone Mountain or Urban Air tomorrow. Thursday, we can do downtown Atlanta and maybe stop at the Coke Factory and maybe the aquarium. Coke Factory? Like some more trap shit? No, boy, like Coca-Cola. You get to see the history of Coke and you get to taste how it tastes all over the world. You're laughing, but my grandma told me the first real Coke really had drugs in it. I laughed out loud. No, for real. Go look it up. Boy, go to sleep. I told him, we are having so much fun that we forget. God we're supposed to be here on business. Before we go to the Stone Mountain tomorrow, I'm gonna stop and take you to Barber College so you can find out about getting your license. But Fat, I was looking online. I might not be able to do it. I got a felony. This Atlanta, there's a lot of felonies around here. You're good. One of my mama's old boyfriends runs a barber college. If I bring you to him, I know he will look out for you. Don't worry. He pulled me closer to him and kissed me on my forehead. See, that's why I need you around. I pulled closer to him and started kissing him. I was tired of waiting for him to make the first move. I don't understand how he could lay in the bed with me and not touch me all this time anyway. I kissed him a little more passionately. As I felt him submit under my direction, I flipped up and rolled up on top of him. At this point, I could feel that he was as excited as I was. I inserted and I rolled. I could tell he hadn't had this type of action in a while because it was written all over his face. Right when I thought he was about to finish, he stopped me. He said, "Turn over." With one leg on the ground and one leg on the bed, he almost broke me down, but in a good way. I can't believe this is happening. I was loving every second of it. My first vacation was starting off really good. Babe, wake up. We got to go to the barber college early and then Stone Mountain. It's like 7 a.m. Are you serious? Yeah, the early bird gets the worm. So get up and get dressed. I'm going downstairs and get some coffee. I'll be back. The drive to Henry's Barber College was quiet, probably because he slept the whole way there. I sure hope Black is there today. I should have called him and told him we were coming. I hadn't spoken to him in years, but we always had a good relationship, so I knew he would take care of me even if I needed him. We here, babe. Come on. Okay. Good morning. Is Black here? No, ma'am. He isn't in today. Can I help you? No, I just want to get my boyfriend in Barber College. Black is my uncle. Okay, no problem. Is this for you, young man? Yes. Okay, fill out these papers and I will leave it on Mr. Henry's desk. Okay. He filled out the papers and we handed them to the lady at the desk. As we were heading to the door, the lady hollered, "Hey!" We both turned back, kind of confused. Baby, I can't quite understand the handwriting. What's your first name? Damien. Damien Brown.